Now, one thing you're probably asking is, why have I got all this Rode stuff on at the moment? Now, that is because Rode Reel is coming up shortly. It is a competition, world's biggest short film competition. It has thousands of dollars worth of prizes and products that Rode will give the winners, as well as long as you can get your video in. You got to read the terms and conditions, obviously, to make sure that your short film meets that criteria. So read through that. One of them is you need to use Rode mic or Rode products to actually create it, as well as doing a behind the scenes video showing how you're putting that short film together using that particular product. Or the mic or whatever. Now, one thing about Rode is Rode is an Australian company, so I'm pretty proud of the fact that it is a company that is in this country. Also, the fact that they have a lot of different types of high quality mics. So I suggest you get in there and start to make some short films. Now, one of the good things about it is if you can get your short film in before the deadline, generally you're able to get a prize pack. Now, the prize packs take about 3 to 6 months to come out to you after the Rode Reel videos are over. But they include things like t-shirts. Well, last year's was a t-shirt and a microphone that went onto an iPad. The year before that, I believe there was other Rode products that they give out to those who put an entry in. So it is actually worth investing in putting together a short film to get some free stuff. So I suggest get in there and do it. So that's why I'm wearing this today, just so to advertise for you guys to get out there and start doing it. We have some subscriber questions today, and I'm going to go through them from the bottom. So first of all, we've got a hashtag Ask Mike, and this one is from arider56107, and he is asking, what is your favorite tutorial? My favorite tutorial on my site at the moment, I would have to say Doctor Strange ones, only because of the fact that they're getting a little bit of interest. However, the one that I enjoyed the most was actually the Velociraptor tutorial I did. I did a tutorial showing you how to mix dolphin sounds, walrus sounds and stuff like that in Adobe's Premiere Pro. How to make a raptor's voice similar to that was done in the movie. So check that out. That's my favorite one, even though I love After Effects and Audition. That one, I just enjoyed mixing together sounds, samples that are already there, just to show you how to mix up your own monster effects, I guess you can say. You've also got another question here. What is your tattoo? That's a good question. I've actually got 2 tattoos. Both are for my grandparents. My grandfather is this one up here, and I've got one on my ribs for my grandmother. The one that I have on my arm is a horse with poppies. I'll show you a picture of it so you can see what it looks like. The reason I got the horse was my grandfather was a horseman. He loved horses. So that's sort of like a visual representation. So it reminds me I always carry a piece of my grandparents around with me. The other one is some writing. It's a part of Shakespeare for my grandmother. The next one we have is Kevin the Real. Kevin the Real asks, can you do a Sidious voice in Audition? Now, I think I've got this same question from you before, Kevin, unless it's somebody else that's requested it. The only reason I haven't done it just yet is the fact that Ian, who did the voice for the Emperor and obviously played Palpatine, or Palpatine, however you'd like to pronounce it, his voice is unique and it's his. Now, I guess what you're asking for is probably when he's talking to Darth Vader for the first time, when he, I guess, knights Lord Vader to rise, where he's got a bit of a vibration in his voice, or maybe the other one that you're talking about is when Mace Windu, has got him cornered and he's using the Force Lightning to push Mace Windu back. And that's where his voice starts to crack and that. So just let me know in the comment section if that's what you're talking about. I'm happy to do it. That's fine. I just haven't tackled it yet because I just To me, that one's just a basic voiceover. But if you're talking about just changing some of the elements of it to try and make it deeper and so forth, then yeah, we can get into that. Just put a comment. The next one we got is Baxter Percy. Baxter Percy asks, where in Australia do you live? Believe it or not, on my YouTube website, believe it or not, on my YouTube channel, there is an address there. It's either in the about or it's below the comments sections. If you scroll through, it will tell you exactly where I live, down to the suburb. The reason I've got my PO box there is in case somebody wants to send in a letter or send in something or a product or something like that for a review. So if you're interested in sending a letter, no pipe bombs in the mail. But if you want to send something, a letter for me to read or something like that, or some artwork that you've worked on, that's fine. I'm happy to throw that up on the vlogs and show everyone. So that's why that's there. So where in Australia do I live? Brisbane, Australia. Drancine has asked the following: Terminator Torn Face effect, a Wolverine Claw effect, Hulk effect, and possibly Iron Man suit up effect of some sort. Sure. They're obviously long... Okay. Wolverine claws, I probably won't tackle Wolverine claws. One, I know Grant is interested in doing that, so check out his film learning stuff. But secondly, there's tutorials all over YouTube Wolverine claws. So unless you're talking about doing like a mixture of a practical effect mixed in with a digital effect, then we can look at that. Iron Man suit up effect, no, probably won't tackle that one. That's all 3D. I could have looked to see if there's a way of doing it in 2D and fake it a little bit, depending on which way you're facing the camera. I'll add them to the list and we'll see how we go. Half Moon Pix has asked, Sliders, TV show Portal and or Wormhole effect and Star Trek TV show Beam Me Up Scotty effect, thanks. Yep, no worries. I'll again add them to the list. Things like a wormhole effect, there's different types of wormhole effects that can be done in After Effects, as well as in 3D applications as well, but we'll definitely have a look at tackling some of those practical effects. Now with Star Trek, I'm a Star Wars fan, however I will travel over to Star Trek, but the question is, are you talking about from the new movies, from J.J. Abrams, or are you talking about some of the old TV style Beam Me Up Scotties? You let me know and we'll have a look at those for you. Superman Muncho Chu, pretty cool name. Have you ever done things with fractals and Mandiple 3D? That's a good question, actually. I have looked at the fractals. I have looked at them because I was looking at doing an introduction, showing you how to do a tutorial on the Doctor Strange opening sequence that you would have seen in the movie, where it has those type of effects. And fractals actually is something that's closely represented in the opening of that movie, where I looked at it and I went, you know what, you could probably use those programs to sort of make an introduction very similar to what was in the movie. Now, I know that you can get the free programs that do fractals. One thing I do know about those is it's all about mathematics. And the mathematics, for all those who don't know, with the fractals, what it is it's computer-generated artwork virtually. So what happens is you're getting a multiplication, or I think you're multiplying the computer multiplies. So you're adding two different types of mathematical equations. Now the problem with it is it has decimal points, and when it keeps on adding those amounts, for example, 1 plus 1 is 2, and then you add the 2 plus 1 equals 3. I think that's how it works. So what happens is whatever your two mathematical questions are, for example, that you put into the computer, like A plus B, will equal C, but then you get that C, the answer, and then you either subtract or you multiply the A and B together. Something like that. They call it the God picture, I think they call it. because it's just a mathematical equation. But anyway, this is what fractals look like. They're very interesting. What they are, again, they're just mathematical equations over each other. But as you zoom into them, they get deeper and deeper, and it's almost like a universe inside a universe inside a universe. And that's what fractals are all about. Now, again, based on mathematical equation. However, they do have free programs that allow you to do that. You can pay for some of them to get even higher def resolution images and so forth. I do recommend checking it out. So I do see in some ways there is a use for them, especially if you're looking at doing artwork. So if you're wanting to do artwork or something like that and you want me to show you the basics of those, I can definitely grab one of those free programs and show you how to use it. So yep, I have looked into that once upon a time, but I'm happy to go back to it. The next question we've got is from Omar Encarnacion. I've totally got that wrong, and my apologies, Omar. I'm just going to go through your question now. What about a tutorial about putting a 3D model to a video footage in After Effects? Thanks again for making this video vlog. Hey, no worries. Yeah, that's easy. What we can do, if you like Element 3D, do you have Element 3D? If not, let me know. If you're talking about meshing a 3D object into After Effects in the video, or compositing it in there and trying to render out a scene, we can do that. For example, TIE fighter flying across a horizon or something like that. If you want to get into something a little bit different, let's say for example, Cinema 4D, we can look at that. You just let me know what 3D program you're talking about, or if you're talking about just some stock 3D elements, we can do that as well. But yeah, we can get to that. One thing you probably noticed with Film Masters at the moment, obviously I'm not going into the 3D stuff just yet. I did one for Deadpool, which was in 3D Element. You can check that one out. But again, that's just a basic text tutorial. But yeah, we can get into that. I've got one from Ewa, E-W-A, Ewa. Will you do tutorials in HitFilm for Express ? Smiley face, it's free. If it's free, yes, why not? I have been looking at HitFilm, funny enough, recently. I use Adobe products through and through. I've always used Adobe. However, HitFilm seems to be a market there for a lot of aspiring filmmakers that want to start compositing in programs which are more affordable. Also, HitFilm is a one-up fee. You pay $300 or $400 for the package, the premium packages, I think. Check out their website. And I have noticed that unlike Adobe, where you've got the Creative Cloud, where you've got to be synced up online and stuff, HitFilm, it doesn't do that. It's very much like Adobe CS6, which a lot of you guys have got. So I can understand that there's definitely a market for it. I have seen some of the stuff that they've used and created in HitFilm, and funny enough, I am impressed with it. So yeah, why not? I wouldn't mind getting into that. And it's probably good for me to start mixing up some of my tutorials so that we can have a little bit of a more fan base and build up the subscriber list, so we've got more people involved with different ideas. So and then finally, we've got Daniel Franzini. Now, Daniel Franzini has asked, you can insert 3D models or sounds. I think what you're trying to say is, can you insert 3D models and sounds? Yeah, sure. Again, we can go straight back to the original one with Omar about 3D. So I guess if there's a request and you guys are really wanting to start to learn how to composite, not just 2D elements, which I've done mostly on this channel, but actually start looking at 3D effects, then we can start doing that. That's fine. I'd probably need you guys to write down in the comment section of this video what particular 3D program you're wanting to learn. And I don't want to get into the whole, Cinema 4D, 3D Max, Maya debate, but at the end of the day, using Adobe After Effects and obviously HitFilm, we don't need to it doesn't matter, I guess, what particular 3D program. If you know how to use it, that's fine. What we could do is focus more on mixing up a 3D element created in whatever product you're using. Once you've got that model created and texted and ready to import into After Effects, look at different ways that we can create the movement and match that movement up in Adobe's After Effects, so or HitFilm. And this is vlog number 2. And so just remember, if you're wanting to get a question out there, it's hashtag Ask Mike. I will answer it at the beginning of every month. So this is this month's vlog. Now, one thing, we're getting close to 8,000 subscribers. However, I've got a big surprise for everyone. I'm not obviously going to tell you just yet, but when we hit 10,000, we are going to have a giveaway. However, it is going to be a competition, and it is going to be a Star Wars related competition, and we will be using some real live Star Wars stuff. And I won't say any more, but you'll be getting that for free, and you'll be using it as part of your composition. It doesn't matter if it's Adobe After Effects or HitFilm, but these elements that I'll be giving you, which will be from sets of original Star Wars, you will be able to create something, and the winner will win a particular prize. So that's something that's new for 10,000 subscribers. We will get there hopefully shortly. I'm probably looking around July, August this year, but it definitely will be this year. However, stay tuned. I won't give you anything else other than that, unless you check out Twitter. You probably figured it out. If not, that's cool. However, I won't say anymore. So, this is vlog number 2, out.